There's no pack on the market like the Zpacks Arcol. If you want an ultralight pack that's full featured, there's not really a lot of options out there. And this pack has all the features, all the bells and whistles that you could ever want. But it comes at a pretty hefty price tag. So today we're gonna look at everything that's good and everything that's bad about the Arcol to see whether it's your dream pack or you may want to be looking somewhere else at something a little bit more budget friendly. Let's start with what's good about the pack. First of all, the weight. Zpacks advertises the 50-liter version, which is what I have here with Ultra 100 fabric at 580 grams. With the hip belts, which we'll get into a little bit later. The hip belts are definitely something we need to talk about. It weighed 695 grams on my scale. Like I said, this is the 50-liter version, and that includes the exterior pockets. The interior volume is probably around 40 liters or 45 liters if you just really extend up the roll top to it. That's a feature that I really like about this pack, the roll top pack. It allows you to really either load it up with a ton of volume, or if you're not carrying a lot of gear, then just kind of really compact the pack down. The pack that I have here is made with Ultra 100 fabric. You can also get it in Ultra 200 if you want something with a little bit more durability, but I found Ultra 100 to be really durable so far. There's really no wear and tear on this pack, and it's been one of my go-to packs all summer. Ultra is nice because it's a waterproof fabric. So while I still use a pack liner in here, I don't feel the need to use a pack cover in order to prevent water from seeping into the outer material. The carrying capacity is really good with this pack, especially for something that weighs so little. Zpacks advertises it as being able to carry 40 pounds. And I wanted to put that to the test because I really honestly did not believe them. And I've carried 35, 40 pounds multiple times with this pack, and it carried it no problem. The reason for that starts at the hips. So you have a full hip belt here in order to carry the weight on your hips. But in order to transfer the weight to the hips, you have carbon fiber stays that go down either side, and then horizontal stays that help just stabilize the pack a little bit. You also have load lifters at the top. Without load lifters, it's gonna be tough to transfer the weight to your hips. So those things combined all make it so that this pack carries weight very well. Something that helps with load carrying ability is that with the Arcol, you have an adjustable torso. So each shoulder strap individually as well. So if you're like me where I broke my left collarbone, I've separated my right shoulder twice, so my right shoulder is a little bit lower, I can adjust that shoulder strap a little bit, which really helps you dial in the fit. And with a well-fitting pack, you're going to be able to carry weight a lot more effectively. I love torso adjustment systems because, like I said, it allows you to dial your fit in. And this is the most ultralight but still effective version that I've ever seen. While we're looking at the back here, you can also see that Zpacks has a trampoline back here. It allows for a little bit more airflow along your back. So if you're a sweaty person, then this is going to help with that a little bit. I do find that when I'm really kind of having the pack loaded up and I'm hiking it, my back does kind of push this mesh panel in a little bit and it touches the back, but it is more effective than if my pack was just sitting against a flat piece of material. These shoulder straps are really comfortable. They're S-shaped and I've just found them to be amazing. You can add shoulder strap pockets if you want to. I have just a little one here for carrying my bear spray. And then on each side of the pack, you have side pockets for carrying water bottles or basically whatever you want. But I usually carry 1 liter smart water bottles in them. And I found that I can actually reach back, grab the water bottle, take a drink of water, and then put it back. With a lot of packs out there, that's not possible for my little short T-Rex arms with bad shoulders. So I really appreciate that that's a feature with the Zpacks Arcol. You also have side compression straps here, but I rarely use them because I find the 50-liter version here is a perfect balance of size for when you are carrying a little bit more weight and a little bit more luxury items. And that's when I bring the Arcol. It's not when I'm trying to go as ultralight as possible. It's when I want to have a nice balance of ultralight, but still having those comfort items on me. And that's when I really just fill this pack right up. So yeah, like I said, I rarely use those compression straps. On the front of the pack, we have a front pocket here, big mesh front pocket. So if you do want to dry stuff, it's really easy to just toss it in there and then it's going to be nice and airy. And then on the bottom, you have 2 little loops here, which is really nice. I use this to carry my chair. Like I said, I'm using this pack when I'm trying to carry a few more comfort items. So I just slide my chair into these loops and it's a really nice place to store it. What's interesting with the Zpacks Arcol and Zpacks in general is that they don't release big updates. So there's not going to be like a 2022 and then 2023 version of this pack. They're just incrementally changing it all the time. So even a pack from a year ago might be slightly different, or 2 years ago it's probably going to be quite different. Some of these features have been around for a while, but some of them are quite new and quite recent. As a reviewer, it makes it a little bit more difficult to keep on top of all the changes to gear, but as a consumer, you know that you're always going to be getting the most up-to-date and cutting-edge pack. Before we get into what's bad about the pack, let's go through the Pack Wizard comparables. We have the Durston Kakwa 55, which is a little bit a little bit heavier weight, but has a couple of different features, same material and everything. And then we have the Southwest Designs Movement 50-liter pack, which is going to be able to carry weight really well. I know that those guys over there at SWD are really creating packs that can carry a lot of weight very effectively. So if you want a heavy hauler, then go check out that pack. And if you want something with not necessarily more features, but different features and is just kind of a really dialed in pack, then go check out the Kakwa 55. Check out the links in the video description for both the Arcall as well as those two comparables. Let's get into what's bad about this pack. I want to start by addressing durability because I didn't really talk about that in what's good about the pack. Zpacks has had a reputation in the past about having some durability issues, especially with the Arcall. I think they've addressed those. They have it dialed in. I was talking with an employee over there that deals with their design a lot, and they've been working pretty hard to get all their gear really dialed in as far as the finish goes, as well as the ongoing durability. But you do get a 2-year warranty with the Arcall. That being said, it is still an ultralight pack, so you need to be taking care of it. All of the little pieces are tiny, the buckles, the straps, they're not super robust. So you don't want to be getting this pack if you really beat your gear up and are taking it on like insane expeditions in Alaska where you're pushing the weight and carrying like 50 pounds. Like I said, I've carried 40 pounds in here, but you probably don't want to be doing that too often because it's going to put a lot of stress on the pack. But there's two big issues that I have with this pack outside of just kind of what it's designed for. And the first one is the hip belts. So it doesn't come with hip belts. You have to buy those separately. They're $33 each, and they add weight onto the pack. So that 580 gram advertised weight doesn't include the hip belts. And I think for a pack like this, hip belts are pretty much essential. So I think it'd be great if Zpacks was including them at either a cheaper price if you're buying the pack, maybe a bundle or something like that. I think that'd be a really nice thing to do for someone who's spending as much money on this pack as they are. And that's the second bad thing about the Arcall is the price. It costs $400 US for just the pack, and then add in the hip belts and you're looking at $460 US. That's a pretty penny for a pack. If you buy this pack and you take care of it, it's going to last you a very long time. So definitely an investment, but I think for a lot of people out there, it's probably going to be worth it. If you're not sure about the Arcall, but you want a great pack that's able to carry a lot of weight, that's a lower price tag. It weighs twice as much, but go check out this video where I review the REI Flash 55. It's one of my favorite packs out there, but yeah, like I said, not as light as the Arcall.